Due to popular demand, I've been asked to cook a chilli con carne. So, what are we waiting for? Welcome to Al's Kitchen, let's get cooking. So starting off, here I have 2 packs of mince. You'll need about 1 kilo of mince, and then we'll chop 2 medium onions. For the spices, I'll be using a nice 3-inch piece of cinnamon. This is going to add a nice depth of flavour to your chilli con carne. Here we have 1 teaspoon of ground cumin powder, a teaspoon of coriander powder, and 4 teaspoons of extra hot dried chilli flakes, 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, and 2 tins of plum tomatoes. For extra depth in our chilli, we'll be using 250 ml of dry red wine. We'll be throwing in 1 OXO cube and 2 Knorr chicken stocks. This will add to those lovely rich flavours. A splash of Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, and 2 tins of red kidney beans thoroughly rinsed once opened. Add 2 cloves of garlic nicely chopped, and some of that fresh green stuff, coriander. Let's start off by throwing in an ample amount of olive oil. Soften the onions for around 5 minutes and then push to one side to start on the mince. Now add all that lovely mince and we're going to brown that off. This usually takes around 10 minutes, but you'll know when it's done. Now we want to add that lovely red wine, and we're going to cook this for around 3 minutes just to burn off all the alcohol. Now we're going to add those lovely 3 spices, the chilli, the cumin and the coriander. Now give that all a nice mix. Now we're going to add in the tomato puree and we're going to mix this in thoroughly. Now we're going to add the 2 tins of tomatoes. Here I've used plum tomatoes and I've just blitzed them slightly to get rid of any big lumps. You can use chopped tomatoes where you don't really need to do this. Oh, there you go, you thought I nearly forgot, didn't you? That all important cinnamon stick. This was an ingredient I never used to add, but you'll be amazed at how it develops the flavour in this chilli. Now add that splash of Lee & Perrins. Can't beat a splash of Lee & Perrins in your chilli. Add the OXO cube, the 2 chicken stock cubes, and before you ask, yes, you can use chicken. It produces a wonderful flavour in this dish. Now before we leave that to cook, give the whole lot a nice thorough mix. So I've been simmering the chilli for around 25 minutes on low with the lid on, and now it's time to add the kidney beans for a further 10 minutes, so that's total cooking time 35 minutes. So with just a couple of minutes ago, throw in a nice handful of freshly chopped coriander. We put this in last to preserve the flavour of the coriander, because overcooking it basically takes away all the flavour and you really won't detect it in the dish. Salt to taste and return the lid for the final few minutes. So there you have it, Al's chilli con carne. So let's sprinkle in some more lovely fresh coriander down the middle. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to put some tortilla chips down the centre. This adds a nice little bit of crunch and just a slightly different variation to the flavours. You can also use Doritos. I actually find the cheese ones really nice. I'm sprinkling on now some finely chopped chilli. This is slightly hotter. And there you go, chilli con carne. Doesn't that look great? I'm going to leave the taste test to you.